I was staring at my daughter in a white dress, walking down the aisle, smiling, laughing, saying vows, and I wasn't there. My name's Daniel. I'm her father. I found the whole thing at 6 in the morning, not from her, but from tagged photos online. Every single relative was there, my brother, my sister, even people I introduced her to. But me? Not invited, not told. Like I didn't exist. Then I saw something that made it worse. She was wearing her mother's necklace, the one I locked away for her wedding day, the one she had to come into my house to take. So I opened my laptop, pulled up my will, and right as I was about to remove her name, I heard my front door unlock. The sound echoed through the hallway like it didn't belong there. Slow, careful, familiar. I didn't move at first. I just stared at the screen, her face frozen mid-laugh, her hand wrapped around his like I'd never even held it before. Then I heard her voice. Dad? Casual, light, like yesterday was just yesterday. I turned in my chair slowly as she stepped into the living room, still in yesterday's makeup, her hair loosely pinned like she hadn't even bothered taking it down. The necklace caught the light immediately. My wife's necklace. She smiled. Actually smiled. Like she expected me to ask how her night went. Like nothing had happened. For a second I thought maybe there was some explanation I hadn't seen yet. A surprise. A mistake? Something I missed. But then she dropped her bag on the couch, kicked off her shoes, and walked further into the house like it was still hers. No hesitation, no guilt, just comfort. That's when something inside me shifted. Not anger, not yet. Something colder. I closed the laptop halfway, still watching her through the screen's reflection, and I asked as calmly as I could, "Did you have a good wedding?" She froze. Just for a second. Then she said something that made everything worse. Before we continue with this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for updates. She blinked like my question didn't match reality. Then she gave a small laugh. "It wasn't like that, Dad. It was just easier this way." She walked past me toward the kitchen like she was trying to soften it with normal movement, normal noise. Cabinet opening, glasses clinking, water running. Like if she acted casual enough, the situation would reshape itself around her version of it. I stayed in the chair. Didn't follow. Didn't interrupt. Just watched her through the doorway. "Easier for who?" I asked. That made her pause. Not fully turn. Not yet. Just a slight stillness in her shoulders, like she was deciding how much truth she could afford to give me. For a moment, I saw it. Real hesitation. Then she said it anyway. "For everyone." The words hit the room heavier than I expected. I stood up slowly, pushing the chair back without noise. My laptop was still open on the table behind me, her wedding photo still glowing on the screen. Her smiling face, her hand in his, the necklace around her neck like it never belonged anywhere else. "Everyone," I repeated. She finally turned now, leaning against the kitchen counter, arms crossed, but not defensive, more like rehearsed. "Dad, you don't understand how tense everything has been lately. People were worried you'd react badly." That word, react, like I was the problem that needed managing. I took one step closer. "Who people?" I asked. She hesitated again, and that hesitation told me more than her answer would have. Before she could respond, her phone buzzed on the counter. One message lit the screen. She saw it, and her face changed instantly. All calm gone, color drained. And in that split second, I realized whatever she thought she had control over was already slipping. "Who just texted you?" I asked quietly. She didn't answer. She just reached for her phone too fast, too desperate, like she was trying to hide it from me. And that's when I saw the name on the screen from where I stood. Ryan. Her thumb slammed down on the screen the moment she realized I'd seen it. Too late. I already saw the name. Ryan. The air in the kitchen shifted instantly. Chloe straightened up like her body had been pulled by a string. The casual posture was gone. The easy voice was gone too. "Dad, it's nothing," she said quickly, locking the phone to her chest. Nothing. That word again. I didn't move closer this time. I just stayed where I was between the living room and kitchen, like a line had just been drawn on the floor without anyone announcing it. "Your husband is texting you at my house after I wasn't invited to his wedding." Her jaw tightened. "You keep saying it like that," she snapped, "like it was done to hurt you." There it was, a crack. Not guilt, deflection. I nodded once, almost to myself, like I was confirming something I already suspected. "So, explain it. Right now." Silence. Only the sound of the refrigerator humming between us. Then she exhaled like she was tired of holding something in place. "You wouldn't have understood it," she said. "Ryan said you'd try to control it. You'd turn it into something about money or conditions or—" I laughed once, not because it was funny, because it was exact. "That's what he told you?" I asked quietly. She didn't answer fast enough. That was enough. My eyes drifted back to the laptop on the table, the will still open, my cursor still sitting where her name used to mean something permanent. I closed it slowly. Not out of anger, out of decision. Chloe noticed. "What are you doing?" she asked, suddenly sharper. I didn't look at her when I answered. "I'm correcting something," I said. Her phone buzzed again in her hand. This time, she didn't even hide it. She just looked at it and whispered, almost to herself, "No, he said you wouldn't do it this early." I looked up. "Do what this early?" I asked. Her eyes lifted to mine, and for the first time since she walked in, she looked afraid, because she realized something too late. Ryan wasn't just texting her. He was expecting this moment, and he was wrong about one thing. I was already done listening. I walked to the front door and opened it. "Pack your things," I said. "You're not staying here." For a second, she just stared at me like she hadn't heard it right. "Dad, stop," she said, a nervous laugh slipping out. I didn't respond. I stepped aside and held the door open wider. That's when it hit her. This wasn't a reaction. This was a decision.
"Wait, what are you talking about?" she asked, her voice tightening. "This is my house too." I shook my head once. "No," I said calmly, "it never was." I walked back to the table, picked up the folder I'd printed minutes earlier, and handed it to her. She didn't take it at first, so I placed it on the counter in front of her. "Read it." Her hands moved slower now as she opened it. Papers shuffled, her eyes scanned, and then stopped. Her name. Removed. Not crossed out, not scribbled. Clean, legal, final. "What is this?" she whispered. "My will," I said. "Updated this morning." She looked up at me like the floor had just shifted under her feet. "You can't be serious." "I am." Her breathing changed, faster now. "You're proving exactly what Ryan said, that everything comes with conditions, that you only support me if I do what you want." I let her finish. Then I answered. "No," I said evenly. "I supported you when you made your own choices. I didn't even know you were getting married." That landed. Hard. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. I stepped closer, not aggressive, just certain. "You didn't just leave me out, Chloe," I said. "You replaced me. You told everyone I was a problem so you wouldn't have to explain what you were really doing." Her eyes flickered. That word again. Doing. Because now even she wasn't sure anymore. Her phone rang. Not a message this time. A call. Ryan. The name filled the screen, vibrating in her hand. She hesitated. Just for a second. I saw it. The doubt. The crack. I nodded towards the phone. "Answer it," I said quietly. "Put him on speaker." She didn't move. Didn't breathe. "Go on," I added, my voice steady. "Let's hear what your husband thinks he should do next." The phone kept ringing between us. Loud. Insistent. And Chloe just stood there staring at it like she didn't know which side she was on anymore. The phone stopped ringing. Silence filled the space between us. Thick. Heavy. Final. Then it rang again. Chloe flinched this time. Not dramatically, just enough to show she wasn't as certain as she'd been 5 minutes ago. "Put it on speaker," I said. My voice didn't rise. It didn't need to. She swallowed, then slowly tapped a screen. "Hey, you're on..." She hesitated, glanced at me. "Speaker." There was a pause on the other end. Not confusion. Calculation. Then Ryan's voice came through, lower than before, controlled. "Why are you there?" he asked. Not, "Are you okay?" Not, "What happened?" Just that. Chloe's grip tightened on the phone. I came to talk to him. He knows." Another pause. Longer this time. Then Ryan exhaled sharply. "Okay, listen carefully. Don't argue with him. Just keep things calm until we finalize everything." I felt something cold settle deeper in my chest. Finalize. "What finalize?" Chloe asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Ryan didn't answer directly. Instead, he kept going. "The account, Chloe. The timing matters. If he changes things before we lock it in, it complicates everything." Everything. Not your life, not your relationship. Everything. Chloe's face went pale. "Ryan, what are you talking about?" she asked. Now there was irritation in his voice. "Don't do this right now," he snapped. "We talked about this. The marriage had to happen first. That's how we secure access before he starts moving assets around." Secure access. The words didn't hang. They dropped. Heavy. Unavoidable. Chloe's eyes slowly lifted from the phone to me. And in that moment, she finally understood what she'd been part of. "What access?" she asked, her voice shaking. Ryan didn't stop. "If you stay calm, we can still fix this. Just don't let him cut you off before we..." I stepped forward and reached out, not for the phone, for the table. I closed the laptop completely this time. The soft click echoed louder than anything he'd just said. Chloe was staring at me now, not defensive, not angry, just breaking. "I didn't know," she whispered. I believed her, but it didn't change anything. Ryan was still talking in the background, faster now, sharper, trying to regain control. Chloe lowered the phone slowly. Then, without taking her eyes off me, she ended the call. Silence again. Real silence this time. And finally, she said the only thing left to say. "What did I do?" I took a breath. Not to calm down, to make sure I said it once, clearly. "You believed him," I said, "and you didn't ask me." Her eyes filled immediately. "I thought," she started. "I know what you thought, that I'd control you, that everything I gave you came with strings." I shook my head. "I would have walked you down that aisle, Chloe, even if I didn't trust him, even